Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking all about why you guys definitely need to be saving your bookmarks, your mystic metals, and even your sky stones to start rolling the secret shop for those bookmarks and mystic metals. That being said, before we get started with this video though guys, if you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, make sure you guys follow me there. At 20k subscribers on YouTube, we will be doing a giveaway there. All you guys have to do is follow me on Instagram to participate. So yes, bookmarks and metals definitely want to save. And why is that? You know, they're really good banners right now. Shouldn't I be pulling on these units? I'm going to be telling you guys why you guys don't have to pull for these units right now and why you guys should be saving, because we do have some really good units coming up in the near future. So starting off with the current banners, we have Lua and Zahak. Both of these units, guys, are very powerful in PvP. Now, if you guys don't really care about PvP that much, or you guys are very new to the game, you guys can get away with skipping these units. But these two units, especially after Zahak's buff, will be very strong as well. So Lua, guys, very premier opener, right? She has that skill cooldown reduction, which is super annoying, speed buff, that sleep, very strong as an opening unit. You know, she does require some very good gear though, so if you're not in the late game, you guys might struggle to actually make her work for a long time. So you guys, you know, definitely want to think about pulling for her because she's very powerful right now. But if you guys aren't interested in PvP, like I said, and you guys don't have that great gear to open to get her to like 270 speed plus, then you guys might want to skip on her. She's not a limited unit, so you guys will not be missing out on too much. You guys can pull her randomly from, you know, like the 10 summon a day event that they run sometimes, or from element summons, or even from your daily summons. So don't worry too much, and her banner will typically run a lot, and you can even pick her up from the Hwayang selector. Next we have Zahak, guys. So Zahak, very powerful, right? Very good, especially after his buffs, because he'll be getting that, you know, extra turn, and, you know, very strong. He's going to be able to actually deal with a lot of evasion units like Violet, and even the buffed Remnant Violet, which will be buffed on the 27th of October. Also very powerful against Apocalypse Ravi because of the fact that he will reduce her max HP by a lot because of that injury on his S3, and that will make it so that Apoc Ravi will heal less and deal a lot less damage. So very good as a DPS unit right now for single target, and, you know, makes him very strong, especially after the buffs. This unit also, like I said, only good in PvP, so if you guys don't really care about PvP too much, you guys, you know, don't need him, but I think he's very strong, right? In Guild Wars defenses, you see Apocalypse Ravi all the time. If you just bring Zahak into her and you have like a CR pusher like Amelia, Diane, Flan, just anything, he can make light work of her. It's pretty much a free win. PvE though, he's not used that much, so, you know, you have to be careful, but still a very powerful unit. Like I said though, this unit is not limited, so if you miss out on him, you can pull him or select him from the Hwayang recall selector if you do decide to, you know, turn in your Hwayang. And also you guys can pull him, like I said, similarly to Lua, from random summons and also from the element summon. And both of these units might even run on a mystic, you know, rotation in the normal hero and artifact rotation, so you guys might even pull them from there. So yeah, these two units, you know, although they're very strong, you know, they are skippable because we do have very strong RGB Covenant units coming up. So first off, what we do have coming is going to be the Slime collab, most likely. It's not 100% guaranteed, but usually collabs will rerun once every year, and collab units are very strong, especially the Slime collab units. So yes guys, we have 3 units that actually ran in the Slime collab. One of them being the free unit Shuna, which is why I have her, you know, just at level 50, 6 stars. Nothing else, because she's not that great in my opinion. And we have the really hard hitters in Milim and Rimuru, very powerful single target DPSs. So starting off with Milim, guys, I actually use her a lot. She's a very powerful unit, very good against earth heavy teams. She also can run on Symbol of Unity, which is very common on her, so she can deal with evasion units as well, somewhat. And she's just really good, right? She was primarily a landy counter because of the fact that she can actually dispel stealths at the start of her turn, which kind of counters Landy's defensive capabilities with Guiding Light, which is her best artifact, and also the best artifact on Water Ranger. So you can bring Milim into those units, but, you know, just very powerful because she has that extinction. She has evasion on her S3 as well to make her even tankier, and her S1 gives her attack buff and heals her. You can soul burn this for an extra turn. She can even drain souls with her S2. It's very strong. So yeah, Milim, very powerful. A lot of people think she's only used against like Violets and Landies though. That's where you're wrong. In World Arena, a lot of people are running her on lifesteal sets with penetration sets. Obviously, I'm not running her on that because I only use her as a landy counter because I'm kind of a noob. But lifesteal pen sets are very good on Milim. Makes her very powerful as a bruiser in World Arena. A lot of people take her, you know, with a grain of salt, but she's very strong, right? She actually does a lot of damage and is very tanky with her evasion. And if you bring her bulky enough with lifesteal, she actually is a very powerful fire bruiser. And like we know, there's not a lot of good fire units in the game right now that are damage dealers, and Milim fits that, you know, role if you have her on a lifesteal pen set and build her tanky enough, and will take a lot of people by surprise. Very strong unit, guys, so you definitely want to pull her when her slime collab banner comes out. Next we have Rimuru. Don't mind my Rimuru, guys. I have him on random pieces pretty much for world boss, but Rimuru is probably better than Milim right now. So Rimuru has his S3, which will pretty much one-shot squishy units, even if you put him on a tank build. And if you actually, you know, use it on a buffed unit, it will actually decrease defense of all enemies. Very annoying, also not affected by elemental disadvantage. S2, as you guys know, the very annoying, not counter attack, but extra attack that will actually copy 2 buffs. And also, he does a lot of damage and CR pushes himself, so he can actually S3 quicker. And his S1 also hits like a truck if you run him on a damage dealing build. Now, Rimuru, guys, similar to Milim, can be run on multiple builds. The most common one is going to be kind of like a tanky bruisery Rimuru, but you can also see like full damage Rimurus or even full tank Rimurus. You never know what you're fighting, so it's really annoying. This unit is very powerful because of his damage capabilities, and even on a tank build, he's just super powerful. If you run him on a damage build though, he can even one-shot tanks, so very strong. You definitely want to pick him up. Now, similar to Milim, guys, not really used in PvE that much, if at all, but these 2 units are super strong in PvP. World Arena, they're seen a lot. Rimuru seen, you know, a lot more often. In defense teams, you can run Rimuru. In offense teams, Milim is super strong. Same with Rimuru. Now, the free unit Sheena, guys, not that good. She's a weird soul weaver that, you know, kind of controls, so you don't have to worry about her too much. You get her for free anyways, so nothing really too much to talk about. But Rimuru and Milim, guys, very powerful units. That's why you definitely want to save if that slime collab reruns, which I'd say is more than likely to rerun in the near future because of the fact that it's been about a year since the first release, and who knows, they might even release another unit alongside these 2. So definitely save your bookmarks for these Covenant units because they're very powerful. Also, you know, alongside these 2 units, there's also a limited RGB that's pretty much been confirmed by Smilegate in previous streams. They're basically going to be releasing a limited unit known as Arunka, as you guys probably know. And usually limited units, besides like very few, I guess like Summer Break, Charlotte, who honestly isn't even that bad, are very powerful on release. Usually limited units are super powerful on release. If they're not powerful or at least above average, they usually get buffed. I say like 90% of the time if we look at units like Landy and stuff like that. So you definitely want to keep your eyes peeled for that. And Arunka has been teased for so long, so I'm pretty sure Smilegate is definitely going to make her pretty powerful. Because of the slime collab and that limited unit, you guys are definitely going to want to save your Covenant bookmarks. And also, let's talk about your Mystic Medals. So Mystic Medals, guys, you know, you guys might be tempted to pull on Astromancer Elena. Honestly, I tried pulling for her as well. But honestly, from what I've been seeing, you know, her kit's not really that good. Sure, she seems really good on paper because she has that cannot counterattack debuff. But this is cleansable. It's very different from like Bellion, who, if Bellion's just alive, just makes it so you can't generate souls. Astromancer Elena, she needs to take a turn, first off, and this can easily be cleansed. And if she dies, you know, she can't even do this at all anymore. I guess that's the same with Bellion though. But anyways, Elena's can be cleansed, and Elena is a ranger, so she's a lot more squishier, guys, and she doesn't have anything to make her tankier in her kit. She doesn't have something like Roy Mustang where she takes less damage, and yeah, just makes it so that she's a lot more easier to deal with than like a Bellion. So on paper, she might have seemed very good, and even her artwork is amazing, but I think in theory, or not in theory, but in practice, in real games, she's not that great. So you can easily get away with skipping her. Definitely recommend skipping her, actually. We don't know what ML's next. We'll find out very shortly. The bigger thing, though, is that we have the final boss coming out in Zio. So Zio, guys, is the final boss of episode 4. He is going to be pretty powerful. Usually, the final bosses of story mode are actually very strong in some way, so you're definitely going to want to save for him. He's most likely going to be OP, so you are going to definitely want to save your Mystic Medals and save your pity for that unit. If you guys don't believe me, let's look at the ML 5-star bosses to see how strong they are. So the first boss, guys, a Meru. So this unit, very annoying, right? She has a lot of defense breaks, burns, does a lot of damage, has counterattacks, has that seal. You know, I'm not going to go over her kit too much in depth, but basically super annoying as a counter pick. She becomes a unit that you have to ban in a lot of situations, or you just end up losing. This unit's very powerful, you know, in PvP. So, you know, final boss of the first episode, very strong. Next, we have Strays. Strays, you guys probably already know, got buffed. You know, makes it so that he cannot get counterattacked on his S3 anymore, which was one of the only counters to him, honestly. But he basically one-shots tanks and also pretty much one-shots squish units as well. And if he gets another turn off, he just S2s and cleans up everyone. Very powerful. Also, he's the best PvE one-shot hunt unit in the game. You can pretty much bring him into every single hunt and one-shot it with Strays. So, you know, honestly, one of the best ML5 stars in the game for PvE, if not the best, and he's very, very powerful in PvP as well. Next, we have my best friend, Bellion. So Bellion, not much to say here. If you guys have been playing PvP, you guys know how annoying she is, right? Her S1 does so much damage. You put her on injury set, she just applies so many injuries, and if she gets that proc with that extra attack, you guys know how annoying this is. Decreased speed is very annoying, and decreased hit chance just makes you want to FF or concede the game. Super annoying to deal with. Not to mention her S3 also has a CR pushback and a defense buff on her, with the provoke making her even tankier, and this does so much damage as well. And not to even mention her S2. She gets random buffs like increased healing or increased crit chance or effectiveness, making it so that she can land her debuffs more often or crit more often, or even just be more tankier and heal more. And also that annoying passive that decreases the souls you get by 100%. So very annoying to deal with. If she's on the field, you can't generate any souls, even from Toggle Hells. So yeah, as you can see, all three of these ML 5-star boss units are above average, borderline, you know, very, very powerful or OP. So you guys are definitely going to want to save your Mystic bookmarks or Mystic medals. That being said, you know, definitely save. We do have that collab limited unit and most likely Zeo coming out in the near future, probably within the next month or so. So you guys are gonna want to save. But yeah, make sure you guys save. If you guys are running low on bookmarks and medals, it's okay. You guys have a lot of time. If you guys start saving today, you guys will be good to go. That being said, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for watching. Peace.